Listen to the news. You got a problem with the news now? Yeah, I got a big goddamn problem with the news. You ready for this? The news is completely manipulated. Everything you hear every single day is designed by corporate media to do one thing and one thing only.
Jesus.
To keep you living in fear.
Oh, fear?
Total fear. Fear so you'll go out and you'll spend money on things. Things you probably don't even need. Things you probably already have six of, so that their advertisers will keep buying ads on their stations. I'll tell you one more thing. You ready for this? I'll do this all day, man. I got days of day not at home. You don't believe me? I'll keep going. I'll drop a bomb on you bigger than Nagasaki. Hey! What? Shut up.
I'm back. The real me. Let's not make a whole thing of it. You
and I have unfinished business.
Baby. You ain't kidding.
Come on, don't you dare reach for that gun. I swear to God, I'll shoot you.
I want you to shoot me, you know.
Don't.
Do you think a depressed person could make this? No.
You walk out of here with your memories. You carry them home with you every night. No one can rip them away from you, snuff them out. Like they never existed. Like you never existed. That's enough.
You still don't mean it.
I am a person. You are not.
We are already seeing the impact of President Trump's executive order on gender identity when it comes to Americans' passports.
You have a problem with that? You know what you should do? You should sanction me. Sanction me with your army. Oh, wait a minute. You don't have an army. I guess that means you need to shut the fuck up. That's what I do if I don't have no army.
It is true. I have not paid taxes in 8 years. I have not filed taxes in 8 years.
I would fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, is it just me?
I will not file taxes again. I paid tens of millions of dollars for services that I don't think I received that much. The only thing I received was the disrespect of civil servants when I stood in line to get driver's licenses or government services, and to me, that was enough. The war has begun.
Hey, I don't know who need to hear this. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people be talking shit about America.
Well, I don't think there are any Nazis here. That's what a Nazi would say.
Hey, if you don't like America, go to another country, bitch. I love this country. I'll protect this bitch.
Freedom, baby, yeah.
First of all, ew. And I mean, you screwed up big time.
We are fucked, America. And I don't know how we're gonna fix it.
Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
New wildfires have erupted in Southern California. More danger for a region in desperate need of a break.
Gentlemen, I have a little surprise. Follow me.
What is this?
It's like a slum area.
You are looking at 2.5 square miles of the most derelict, dilapidated section of Los Angeles. Right now, I own half of this property. The city owns the other half. But by noon tomorrow, it will all be mine.
Ow. What is that?
Oh, one of those little bums that live down there. I suppose you're wondering why Goddard Bolt is prepared to pay up to $4 billion to own this worthless pile of refuse. Am I right?
Well, we would never presume to question your genius for financial wizardry, sir. But why?
Wait. Gentlemen, the ultimate achievement of my life. Bolt Center.
It's absolutely visionary. Fantastic.
Incredible.
Gentlemen, you'll never know how much this project excites me.
Holy shit. Oh my God.
Major developments in President Trump's crackdown on illegal immigration. ICE agents carrying out raids in sanctuary cities, including Boston, Newark, New Jersey. Newark's mayor says multiple people were detained without a warrant, including U.S. citizens and military veterans.
Hey! We don't want problems here, right? You're making a serious mistake in judgment, sir. I am American.
You gotta work on your accent, Pablo.
Could we, you want to talk to my wife, Yang?
Yeah, oh, okay, yeah. We'll call your wife Yang, and we'll ask her if you're American. And then we'll call my wife Yennefer, and his wife Jacqueline, too.
It's ringing, it's ringing.
Hola.
I'm an American!
Pulling back here, though, how would you describe the state of the pedophile control rings right now? I mean, I see them in a state of basically burning down. I mean, I don't see how they get out of this now.
I'd like to think so. You'll obviously be aware that you never get anyone convicted in the UK of paedophilia and be alive. We know now there's more money involved in illegal child trafficking than there is in drugs. It appears there are far fewer convictions. And ultimately, I think it's the glue that holds the self-proclaimed elites around the world together, because once they're involved in paedophilia or profiting from child trafficking, it's the ultimate blackmail. There's no way out of the club for them. They all have to go down together. And that's what's going on around the world at the moment. And hopefully, with a change of administration in the United States and some proper investigations, which are not going on in the UK. Children are the nearest thing to God, their innocence, their perfection, and they need to be protected. And clearly these sick people like destroying them. Due to the lockdowns and the pandemic response measures, at the end of that, we had 1 million under 25s in the UK on the waiting list for mental health support. That's what it had done to young people. They weren't socializing, they weren't going to schools. They were the hardest hit, and they were the least vulnerable to any effects of the so-called COVID-19 virus. And for standing up and stopping my government from hurting children with dangerous vaccines, which there were no risk from the disease. At the end, the BBC interviewed me and asked me why I was willing to sacrifice my political career on the hill of vaccine harms. And I said that's because that's the hill you're killing my people on. And I didn't come into Parliament to allow children to be harmed in any way if I could do anything about it. Some of the children in Ukraine who had been farmed were deemed not attractive enough for sale to the paedophiles, and they were just being organ harvested there. It's just, I mean, people say these people who are doing this, they're not human. I don't know about that, but they've got no humanity in them. And a lot of this has been going on. That you look at the things that are being inflicted on the people around the world, often by their own governments. If you've got people involved in any way with child trafficking, paedophilia, organ harvesting, these people have no humanity. Do not be surprised what the things that they're doing to us. I lost a lot of friends over the last few years speaking out, but I've made a lot of new friends, and I think these are better friends. And we are going to be on the right side of history. They're not going to get the 20 years of cover-up they want. I'm not going to, if I have my way, they're not going to get another 20 months. And when this is exposed, and the madness of net zero, the power grab by the corrupt United Nations and the WHO, and the seeking to create a one world government, we'll be able to build something much better going forward for the UK, America, and the rest of the world. And we can end these forever wars, which are lining the pockets of the wealthiest in our society.
I warned you of this 2 years ago, that
the majority of the world is dumb. Remember that. The majority of the world is stupid. There's only a very few of us that actually get shit. That's what's happening.
Motherfuck, noise. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, noise. Smoking weed, doing coke, drinking beers.
I gotta get away from you people. That's what it is. I fly off the handle every 5 seconds now. You know what? I gotta get away from you people. You're all insane.
But nowadays you hear people say, oh, you know, that you gotta sell your soul in Hollywood, and that's humiliation rituals and the Illuminati.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
It's bullshit. It's all bullshit.
What?
Doing what I do and doing Big Mama and characters like that, Shanae or whatever. These are strong black women, you know, and I'm a comedian, you know, and I'm not above playing a character, putting on a dress or whatever, because I'm in tune with my manhood, you know, so I know who I am, so.
The GOAT spirit is the Illuminati.
Do you believe in it or you don't?
I don't believe in none of that shit. Like, I don't think none of that shit. Especially the Illuminati shit is only us. Like, you know, how are we not benefiting from it?
Crazy.
If we're supposed to be running this whole thing, how the fuck I get stopped by the cops the other day? Can the Illuminati come tell them get off my ass?
Do you know what the #1 job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job.
Action.
I'll read the words you wrote.
Hello, fellow American. This you should vote. Me. I leave power. Good. Thank you. Thank you.
The biggest threat to America today is not communism. It's moving America toward a fascist theocracy. And everything that's happened during the Reagan administration is steering us right down that pipe.
Oh, Mr. Zappa, do you really think? I mean,
I really think that.
All kidding aside, in this country, with the permissiveness that we are moving toward a fascist theocracy, anything goes.
We are, but
do you think things like this would have ever been permitted?
Smile again.
When we were 20, when we were kids, you're about my age, maybe a little younger.
45.
Well, I'm 55. Do you think when I was a kid that they would permit songs like that to be sold? I mean, permissiveness is the game. I mean, you're not really serious if you're saying we're going toward a fascist theocracy.
That's right, we are.
Wait a minute. In what way? Give me one example. Wait.
When you have a government that prefers a certain moral code derived from a certain religion, and that moral code turns into legislation to suit one certain religion.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
You just have to flood a country's public square with enough raw sewage. You just have to raise enough questions, spread enough dirt, plant enough conspiracy theorizing that citizens no longer know what to believe. Once they lose trust in their leaders, in mainstream media, in political institutions, in each other, in the possibility of truth, the game's won.
Gloves and magnetic balls to make these one-handed catches. I told you so.
They couldn't put the magnet out. Glove to the ball. Watch why he can't let the ball go, y'all. It's the magnet. It's the magnet. It's the magnet stuck to his hand. Y'all boy be falling for anything. Y'all fall for anything.
That's what practice was about. It was about practicing the script.
There's an issue with the officiating. And when you speak to people around the league, they believe it's as bad as it's been in a long time, maybe ever. I think the league office themselves, if they were being honest, was not happy with the calls in that game.
Look at what happens. You're watching it right now. I'm not cutting. I'm not pausing. Patrick Mahomes scrambles from the 35 for 2 yards. So now it's second down. He scrambled for 2. It should be 2nd and 8. Okay? What happens though? What happens? Look right here. Right here. The Super Bowl logo shows up, and then what happens? 1st and 10? Somebody explain that to me. All he did was get from the 35 to the 37, and now it's 1st and 10?
And this referee is going to miss this call because they hate you and they love the Colts, that sort of thing. The NFL is rigged, and how every year he used to get a script. day one of training camp that would get dropped off at his locker. It was like, week 1, you'll do this. Week 2, you're going to have a hamstring injury. Week 3, this is going to happen. Week 4, you're going to get 3 touchdowns.
This is what goes on, and this is what we have to do in order to, WWF, so it's like, you know, we know what's going to happen, but you still got to put on a show.
What did you think when you got the script in 2016 that said your career was going to fall off a cliff when you stopped believing in God?
That was 2015.
This shit right here, this is proof. That right there, that don't make no sense.
No.
Guys, I've got news. I've got terrible news.
So this is exactly what I wanted a vacation from.
There are 2 guys in this church that are gay. Who's the other guy?
Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby. He's the head of the Church of England and spiritual leader of 85 million Anglicans, has just resigned after an investigation found that he failed to tell police about serial physical and sexual abuse by a volunteer at Christian summer camps as soon as he became aware of it.
You know all about it!
At the highest reaches of the church.
At an undisclosed location.
Free love, swinging, parties are all now in the 90s considered to be evil.
I found Satan.
The 600 series had rubber skin. We spotted them easy. But these are new. They look human. Sweat, bad breath, everything. Very hard to spot.
Oh my god, guys, I just fucking realized.
I haven't had a penis inside of me in 2 weeks.
And I'm serious about this craft.
This can't be real. This cannot be real.
What's in the fucking box? You lie!
And lastly, sir, we have an executive order requiring Rockstar Games to release GTA 6 in 2025 and drop a second trailer next week.
That's a big one, huh? A lot of people are waiting for this for years, for decades. And everything will be revealed.
I'm not a genius, but I know enough to express everyone.
I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. Gonna take my horse, old town road. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna I can't no more. Hey, is my guitar still on? I think they cut me off. Is my guitar on, guys? I don't hear my guitar anymore. I don't hear it. Do y'all hear this? Where's everybody at? Is anyone back there? Can somebody turn my guitar back on? We're going to sing a little bit more.
I'm fucking bored, man. Boredom's the first step on the road to relapse.
I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry. All my people are getting attacked. The children. They don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise. If you want to talk to me about selling my body, you can forget it, because I'm not going to do it.
It's freedom, baby, yeah. Face it, freedom failed.
That all federal, state, and local judges are members of a certain obscure sect of the Freemasons.
Now, hold on. Our strategy is that all judges are Masons?
There's more to it than that.
Like what?
Well, there's a secret Masonic word which, when uttered, obligates judges to rule in your favor. Then they have to go paddle each other off in a secret cave somewhere. Damn.
Come on, Joe, give it up.
Tubal Cain.
Tubal Cain?
Tubal Cain? What the hell does that mean? I have no idea. Master Builder awaits the pyramids.
I beg your pardon?
I bet you do.
Do you have anything to say in your defense?
Tubal Cain?
I hereby find in favor of the guy for the jury.
Welcome to America First. We got a great show for you tonight.
With a touch of a button, the battle begins. On the ground, chemical cloud seeders begin to work the two storm areas. Robot planes seed the clouds from above. The storm centers over Kansas and over Labrador intensify as seeding continues.
Now changing over to Hurricane Center H8.
The fury of the hurricane mounts as 100-mile-an-hour winds lash the sea to a foaming frenzy.
All stations, Sector C. Activate Phase 2, Control Plan Delta. Set vapor rockets for 42,000 feet. Execute.
As an emergency measure, the controller calls for a salvo of vapor rockets to be fired ahead of the path the hurricane is predicted to take. These artificial clouds will block the sun from evaporating more water to feed the hurricane. The reports coming into the control center indicate that the diversionary cloud seeding over Kansas is now creating a flood danger. Specially equipped robot aircraft are dispatched immediately to release a high concentration of cloud seeding material into the fringes of the storm. Heavier seeding from the ground also helps to subdue the rain by spreading it over a wider area. The controller calls for another view of the hurricane, which has now moved closer to the coast.
Theorist. Of course I don't watch the news. You think it's about being informed, when in reality, it's about being controlled.
I understand that you're unhappy with the life that you've been given. But you know what? Eventually we all have to accept reality. So, here it is. I am a person. You are not.
Each and every one of us with a purpose to be, a reason for being. I believe so, yes. Then why did he put the devil in me? Why do I feel it in my heart, in my soul? Clawing to be let out.
You just have no soul. Do you disagree with that?
I don't think I don't have a soul. I don't think too deep in stuff like that. I don't think I'm very smart. And I think that's why I'm like so happy all the time, because I don't think that deep into things.
Yeah.
You know, people who overthink things all the time, it makes them so unhappy, and that's because they're thinking about this or that. I just think I'm quite like, quite stupid that I don't think a lot.
In life, money's great and it's cool and everyone thinks it's everything you need until you have it. And then you get to a point where you're like, well, is this what's actually making me feel fulfilled and happy? And when I talk about the soul, I just mean, like, in my opinion, someone's soul is sort of their relationship to their life and how their life sort of plays out in relationship to everyone else.
What's it like to hold the hand of someone you love interlinked?
Interlinked.
What's it like to be filled with dread, dreadfully?
Dreadfully.
Tall white fountain plate.
A tall white fountain plate.
You're not even close to baseline.
For 500 years, we all have been using a very simple model for thinking about living systems, which is, if you want to understand something that's complicated, you break it apart into its little pieces. And once you understand the little pieces and put it back together, you will understand the complex thing.
What would you say to other people who maybe like making things that other people don't think make sense?
I think I love ideas. I like a story that's got some concrete, structure, but also holds abstractions. Life is filled with abstractions, and the way we make heads or tails of it is through intuition. And so people get used to film that pretty much explains itself 100%. And they kind of turn off that, beautiful thing of intuition when they're looking at a film that has some abstractions. Some people, on the other hand, love these abstractions, and it gives them room to dream. An abstraction, to me, is a thing that cinema can say. And it's so beautiful, for me anyway, to think about these pictures and sounds flowing along together in time in a sequence, making a thing that can only really be said in cinema. It's not words, it's not just music, it's a whole bunch of things coming together and making a thing that didn't exist before. And that's what I really love about it. And then, to answer your question a little further, it's up to the people then, to, find their own, interpretation. It doesn't really matter what I think. Every screening, no matter what, even all the frames of the film are exactly the same, but there's no two screenings that are exactly the same. It's the viewer and the picture and sound, and it makes a circle, and it just goes like that. You just feel it and think it. That's kind of intuition, emotion, and thinking together, and come up, make it have a sense to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Work hard. Be somebody.
Do you think we're alone out there?
Yeah. Be something more than what you see in the mirror. Let the world be your mirror. Don't let them judge you. Because the mirror can't judge you. You judge what you see in the mirror.
5%. How many bites? 5 feet. That's looking good. Down a half. 6 forward. 60 seconds. Lights on. 6. Down 2.5. Contact light. Okay, engine stop. ACA at a descent. Mode control both auto, descent engine command override off. Engine arm on.
We're home.
413 is in.
Man on the moon.
We copy you down, Eagle. Houston,
Oh, gee.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
Ooh. Oh, boy.
Thank you. You're looking good here.
Boy.
Okay, we're going to be busy for a minute. Master Armand, take care of the descent. I'll get this up to bed.
Wally, say something. I'm speechless. I'm just trying to hold on to my breath. And there they sit on the moon. Just exactly nominal, wasn't it? Exactly as a flight plan all the way down. Man planning this thing on the surface of the earth. My God. We're done. That's funny.
Moon landing was fucking bullshit because everyone's telling you I was fucking wrong. You showed me. Yeah. So fucking explain to me. Here you go. The guy's getting off the rocket ship. Who the fuck is filming him? Who's filming him?
A guy?
How'd the fucking guy get up there if this is the first guy supposed to be on the fucking moon? A different rocket ship?
I don't know.
So they sent the rocket shit up there. He got off and he's like, all right, come on up now. I'm ready to fucking film. Are you fucking serious?
Rocket ship?
He's supposed to be the first guy on the moon. It's bullshit. The car. How the fuck did the car fit in that rocket ship? Look, how did that car fit in the rocket ship?
I don't know.
Okay, you're right. More bullshit. Then the guy's floating around with a big fucking cord to his stomach, and they're telling you that's his fucking, life support. Was it fucking feeding him through the fucking tube like a baby? They fucking bouncing around like a fucking jerk off. Yeah, watch. Let me show you. There it goes. Bye-bye. You know what? I'm going to stay behind. You guys go back to Earth. I'll fucking die up here. And how the fuck did he get the film back to Earth? Yeah, look, the fake fucking parachute. Hey, we're home now. What happened to the guy back on the moon? They just left him?
I guess so.
Yeah, everyone guesses they don't have any fucking facts. Bull.
And we're gonna take Doge to Mars.
Cap.
America is going to space again, and we're going there to stay.
A permanent lunar base, and we're going back to the moon, back to the future, and this time, back to stay.
Turn to the moon by 2020 as the launching point for missions beyond.
And by 2025, we expect new spacecraft designed for long journeys to allow us to begin the first ever crewed missions beyond the moon into deep space, into the solar system. Not just to visit, but to stay.
It marks an important step in returning American astronauts to the moon.
We will return American astronauts to the moon
within the next 5 years. We're going to go to the moon. We're going to have a base on the moon. We're going to send people to Mars and make life multiplanetary.
The United States will return astronauts to the lunar surface. We will establish the first lunar base camp and the first station in lunar orbit. We intend to land an international astronaut on the surface of the moon by the end of the decade.
So when people talk about a free market of ideas in our democracy, please remember that it's not a free, that conjures up an image of a lot of little bazaar, stalls at a bazaar. You know, when you walk along and you can choose something from this one, choose from that, or choose from the other. It's more like the free market of commodities in America, which is a market that's highly controlled by a small number of giant producers, with other things left really at the margin, and that's pretty much it. If you've got the billions of bucks, you can break major audiences. If you don't have it, you can't. You will find if you do anything, whether you write something or you put a film together or whatever else, in a capitalist system, they'll sell you the typewriter, they'll sell you the computer, they'll sell you the video camera, they'll do all that, and you can make whatever you want. The trick then is getting distribution, and that becomes the hard thing, and you'll find that the channels of distribution are controlled by very big people, and they will decide. The trick also sometimes is in doing the story, raising the funds to be able to make whatever the documentary or the movie you might want to do. But in that sense, it's not a free market. Those who expend vast amounts of capital will be able to reach mass audiences, those who have access to vast amounts of capital.
You know what, I blame you for most of this. Me? Yeah, because you came in here with your endless goddamn supply of money and financed all this bizarre behavior. You were plenty weird before me.
And that becomes a form of censorship, market control.
I understand that you're unhappy with the life that you've been given. But you know what? Eventually we all have to accept reality. I make the decisions. You do not. I am a person. You are not.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
But I did want to say I'm thrilled we get to do this in the United States of America. I think this will be the most important project of this era. But the fact that we get to do this in the United States is I think, wonderful. So thank you very much.
So it will be a new world. And nothing here is fake. Nothing you see on this show is fake. It's merely controlled.
It's too soon, too far. Push the fucking pack off of the porch or break a pound down. Get the scrap if it happen to blow, it makes a round sounds. Pussycat on my lap, push it back and go to town down. Putting rap on my back and I'm black and snatching crowns. I done came back around like a nigga selling crack in pounds. I got a bag now, but it's nothing to brag about. Gun blast in the background, I'm a black man with the bloodhounds. Mac 10 making love sounds to a bad chick. She from uptown, no from down south, not a loudmouth. We could fuck around. Hit the music, baby, cut it down.
PSA for anyone going to the grocery store. Yes, even natural health food stores. Next time you're in the produce aisle, please be on the lookout for this label. And whatever you do, do not go near it. Appeal, or Eɗìṭəɗ, is a World Economic Forum and Bill Gates funded product that is being sprayed on fruits and vegetables, which are on the verge of spoiling, so that they appear fresh and last longer. Even more frightening is the fact that Appeal has been approved for use on USDA organic produce under the name Organappeal. The main ingredient found in the Appeal coating is mono and diglycerides, which are extracted from grapeseed oil. This is then processed with the use of two solvents, which are ethyl acetate and heptane, both of which are hazardous chemicals known to seriously damage internal organs in the case of repeated exposure. This coating cannot be washed off. Additionally, the World Health Organization's International Agency for Research on Cancer, or IARC, recognized glycidol, another name for these same ingredients, as, quote, probably carcinogenic to humans. So why are they spraying this literal poison on our food? One thing is for certain. Appeal should be kept far, far away from our food supply. The ability of this $2 billion Bill Gates-backed startup to just quietly slip in to extend the life of food with absolutely zero proof of preserving any nutritional value should remind every American of the importance of eating organic, local, and chemical-free food. But if the evidence here isn't enough to convince you, take a look at what Appeal allegedly does to the food itself.
When she opens it and she breaks it in half, it gets very tough and doesn't really break. And when it pulls, it's like it's glue.
Like, it's not even breaking, like, at all. Like, it, and I know you guys can't feel the texture, Avi, right, because it's a video, but, like, It literally feels fake.
Is it clear yet? The tyrannical globalists will stop at nothing to completely railroad anyone trying to live a wholesome, healthy life. They'll do anything to try and kill off the resistors who refuse to align with their dystopian, dismal future, where you'll be forced to eat bugs and own nothing and be happy. It's time to start growing your own food or buying food from your local farmer's market if you don't already. These megalomaniacs are on a mission to destroy all that is good in this life.
The power of the dark side.
People say to me, why don't you explain to the Jews in the United States what is exactly behind your thinking? I explain. But I'm laughing because the right word for it, you have to brainwash all the time.
You have to brainwash all the time.
You have to say, to explain it, to live it, to cope with it. My husband says to me, why do you speak to your children all the time about Zionism, pioneers in Judea and Samaria, settling, and all my family are settlers here? Because this is the only way to continue Zionism. I want to have for the Jewish nation the promised land from the Bible, from the
Yes.
to the Nile. And I'm sure it will be.
And what about southern Lebanon?
If it is part of it, all of it. Even parts of Syria, part of Iraq, part of Iran. It's huge.
Do you think you have any way of convincing people that that would be a good idea?
I convince many. Many people believe in it. I don't see anything anything extreme in my approach. It's the basic Jewish approach.
They take the land, claim that it's theirs, and then they make concessions on land that doesn't actually belong to them. The Zionist movement and Zionism on the ground is the idea of creating not only a Jewish state, but at the expense of the indigenous Palestinian population. What Zionism is the idea of privileging and giving exclusive rights to one group of people at the expense of another group of people. This isn't liberal. This isn't relating to equality. There isn't a single Zionist who's able to say that they actually believe that Palestinians have the exact same rights as Israelis who are living in that country. And this is the fundamental problem with Zionism. I mean, the fact that we're trying to make a distinction between what happened in 48 and what happened in 67 is a false distinction to be making. Zionism, as its fundamental core, is the idea of privileging one group of people over another. And the way that they created a Zionist state in the first place was to expel millions, hundreds of thousands, now millions of Palestinian refugees, including my family. And the way that you create a bigger Zionist state is to do the exact same process. I think that it's important to keep in mind that between the period of 1948 and 1967, which people are sort of trying to idealize as being the great years of Israel, there were Palestinians who were citizens of that state, were living under military rule. First of all, immigration issues. My family hails from a town that is in the Galilee, and they were ethnically cleansed from their homes in 1948, have never been allowed to return back, even though they themselves are citizens of the state of Israel.
You know, there are many pictures about the Russian liberating Auschwitz, and there's never any snow, and the snow was honestly that high. And so I have some connection with the Russian embassy, and I was there once, and I said, something puzzles me. Those photos are fakes because there's no snow. And they said, well, yes, they are not fakes, but when the army came, they didn't have cameras, they didn't photograph. So only much later, when they realized we should have pictures of it, they took pictures like you see now. But this is definitely not in Auschwitz and not the liberation of Auschwitz.
As I emerge from prison, I see that artificial intelligence is being used to create mass assassinations, where before there was a difference between assassination and warfare. Now the two are conjoined, where many, perhaps the majority of targets in Gaza are bombed as a result of artificial intelligence targeting. The connection between artificial intelligence and surveillance is important. Artificial intelligence needs information to come up with targets or ideas or propaganda. When we're talking about the use of artificial intelligence to conduct mass assassinations, surveillance data from telephones, internet, is key to training those algorithms.
You're a bad man. You're a very bad man.
You're completely delusional. I mean, by the way, all of us have become so goddamn weird. I think we're just hitting our stride. Oh, you think we're hitting our stride, Frank? Yeah. Really?
Humans are odd. They think order and chaos are somehow opposites and try to control what won't be. But a thing isn't beautiful because it lasts.
Because you do know, folks, living in this country, you're bound to know that every time you're exposed to advertising, you realize once again that America's leading industry, America's most profitable business is still the manufacture, packaging, distribution, and marketing of bullshit. High quality, grade A, prime cut, pure American bullshit. And the sad part is that most people seem to have been indoctrinated to believe that bullshit only comes from certain places, certain sources. Advertising, politics, salesmen, not true. Bullshit is everywhere. Bullshit is rampant. Parents are full of shit, teachers are full of shit, clergymen are full of shit, and law enforcement people are full of shit. This entire country is completely full of shit, and always has been. From the Declaration of Independence to the Constitution to the Star-Spangled Banner, it's still nothing more than one big steaming pile of red, white, and blue all-American bullshit.
When you finally open your eyes and take a step back and look at the world around you, like the way that this whole thing is completely made up. This whole thing is completely made up. It's all by design, and it's all with one goal, and just to keep us in line, you know? Like, everything's made up. Money, like, you know, when you go into a bank and you ask for a loan of 50 grand, like, all they do is type £50,000 onto a computer screen, and then from that moment you're paying interest on money that doesn't even exist. It don't exist, it's just numbers on a screen, you know? Even, like, the concept of time. You know, time is a human construct. We've come up with that. It doesn't exist. You know, we've been messing about with the calendar for hundreds of thousands of years. Since the beginning of time we've been messing about. The Romans were like, Julius Caesar was the one who like decided that the 1st of January was going to be the start of the new year. You know what I mean? And he even wanted another month, so he added July. He just added another month to the year. You know what I mean? Just out of thin air. You know, but I mean, realistically, we don't even know how old we are, really. We're going by modern day calendar, but people have just messed about at it. Added a month there, took a month away there, added a month, put the clocks back, put them forward. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like just deciding to start the whole thing again from zero, and we're starting again. You know, like, this ain't the first time we've lived in the year 2025. People have lived in the year 2025 before, probably a few times, you know, and it won't be the last either. Then you got Henry Ford, who come up with the the whole idea of the 9 to 5 in the 1920s. You know, he brought that in, that the 9 to 5 working week. You know what I mean? Like, it's just made up. It's made up. And then they bring people in to like glamorize the grind, you know, like write songs about the 9 to 5 and make it like it's like a cool thing, you know, like working. It's just, yeah. And then like pushing the grind onto us, you know, you got to grind for it and you got to work hard, and it's completely made up. Then on top of that, they ply us with alcohol and cheap entertainment and keep us all like doped down, you know what I mean? Like put a load of sports on the telly for us so we can all argue with each other over whose sports is better, and like just it's mental. Just keep us all sedated. Just advertisement for alcohol everywhere. And really, they don't even have to advertise it. We promote it ourselves in our like culture of like just getting drunk, you know. Like, it's so stupid. Like, we're just sedating ourselves, you know, so we don't wake up and see the bigger picture. You know, we watch our entertainment on the tellies, and even like the adult entertainment industry, you know, like, why do you think that's free to just go online and watch it? Why do you think that's free? You know, it just keeps us like sedated. It keeps us dumbed down. It keeps us in line. It's like under control, you know. Give these idiots some alcohol and some like adult entertainment, and then put Netflix on the telly and give them their favourite sport. That'll keep them all shut up, you know what I mean? Then you put the news on and like await like to hear who we're not supposed to like this week, you know, like waiting for the telly to tell us who we're meant to like and who we're not meant to like this week. And like, it's just, the whole thing is just a big distraction, I swear. It's a mad system. And to be fair, like, if you look at it from their perspective, like the people at the top, like it works great. It works great. I can't take that away from them. You know, like, we are so easy to control. We're like putty in their hands, you know. We lap it up. We just lap it up. We love it. This ain't nothing new either, you know. In ancient Rome, they used bread and circuses. Like, they put on events at the Colosseum, like gladiators and etc. And they would like throw out pieces of bread into the crowd, and the crowd would love it. They'd go mad for it. You know, but all along the Roman Empire was like crumbling and like taking everything off the citizens, and they couldn't see it because they was too busy like being cheaply entertained, you know. It's just that again, but modern days they give us TV and nicotine, you know what I mean? And it just, yeah.
He became totally fed up with the New World Order and the establishment.
Now we're getting into the agitation weapons, which are the smaller miniaturized version, which have been developed for both battlefield and also for close quarter urban conflict, riots, where they can actually create behaviors in individuals by attenuating a very, very tight and certain frequency range that can make your heart resonate. They can stop heartbeats. They can resonate with the lungs at a different attenuation. They can make you have trouble breathing. And the really frightening part is, well, not that stopping your heart isn't pretty frightening, but also they can actually make the different folds of your brain at different frequencies, different folds resonate at different attenuation of this particular frequency range, and can cause confusion, agitation, violence, and hearing voices in your head.
I feel great, man. I feel great! I hate my life, but I feel great, man. You guys are great. I'm gonna go pick a fight. He's gotten a lot better, don't you think? Way better.
I'm having sort of a hard time figuring out if you're like a good guy or a bad guy.
Shut the fuck up, Clyde!
You are one of these weirdos. You're such a weirdo.
Hello, I'm Admiral Rachel Levine. This Black History Month, I'm pleased to partner with OMH in advancing better health through better understanding for Black communities.
Get out of the car. Do not move. For what? Do not move. Do not move. For what? Show me put your hands on the dashboard right now.
Now! It's under desk! Get up now!
Do not! nothing under my ass. Do not reach for it.
Stop.
Ain't nothing under my ass.
Hands up right now.
Ain't nothing under my ass.
Get your hands up right now. Do you understand me? Up on the fucking, grab the roof right now. Grab the roof right now. I'm gonna end up shooting you. You see a gun? Shoot me.
Yeah, he's reaching for something. Look,
Stop.
look,
Stop.
look under my ass. Ain't nothing under my ass.
And undo his seatbelt.
No, do not pull away. Quit touching me. Quit touching me. Stop.
Climate change is having a disproportionate effect on the physical and mental health of black communities.
All right, thanks. All right, here goes nothing.
6 hours later.
I was one of the guys that participated in the Bonnie Blue 1000 Men Challenge. First things first, I do want to say her shit was kind of fire, I'm not gonna lie.
I wish nothing but the worst for you, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I wish nothing but the worst for you in your life, bro. Like, for real. You deserve nothing good.
Unfortunately, since then, I've contracted AIDS, herpes, and multiple other STDs. I was actually one of the last people to go.
So we didn't learn. We didn't learn from last time. We didn't.
I think I was like number 936. If you were one of the guys there, you should probably go and get tested. This is not how I intended to start off 2025.
So, we didn't learn.
Black Americans are more likely than white Americans to live in areas and housing that increase their susceptibility to climate-related health issues.
I ain't heard nothing about that.
This is not the real world. Climate change, this is a fantasy. And it just takes you guys, stop believing it, stop holding each other hostage to this lie. We can have tribes now. We can think so differently. It's not human nature. The reason that this society isn't working is not because of human nature. It's because it's a lie. We can't function like this.
Comprehension. We didn't learn.
And 65% of black Americans report feeling anxious about climate change's impact.
No.
Yeah. Would you like to maybe meet me, Kenneth, and the boys in the Walmart parking lot? Well, my son Maurice just got a job at the morgue, and every Sunday he has unsupervised access to a total of 4 cadavers.
Oh, wow. Through our Office of Climate Change and Health Equity and the Office of Environmental Justice, we're working with providers and community leaders to identify innovative approaches that empower communities to address the health consequences linked to climate change.
I was getting a triple abortion.
Yeah, great, good, happy for you.
Visit hhs.gov for more information and tune in next Thursday to hear from another HHS leader on how you can contribute to advancing better health for black communities.
What is this with everybody?
No.
What is it? Really?
Only me. It's
Why?
my fault.
I'm serious. Fucking A, man. It drives me nuts. Who gives a fucking shit?
Like the legend of the Phoenix. Ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? The force from the beginning. Love. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars.
Consuming mushrooms on a daily basis is the best advice that I can give as a result of reading the studies.
What do you think, you're Terrence McKenna?
Oh, you're drinking all night. Fucking drinking again. 8 goddamn fucking whiskey sours.
No, I'll never go home, don't sleep, no. When I go to the club, I wanna hit the cassettes. When I go to the club, I wanna hit the cassettes. It's like when I go to the club, I wanna hit the cassettes. When I go to the club, when I go to the club, I wanna hit the cassettes. It's like
My advice is to the patient is consume mushrooms as part of your diet as often as you can. The more the better.
And I think we're
but not put any pressure on the patient because compliance is a really big deal.
No.
I would recommend 2 serbs a day, so 4 capsules.
All right, yes, okay. Yep. Oh, let me call you back. Hello, how are you?
I've been better. I've been worse. Is the CEO in?
You know, all these people, Joshua Tree, everybody, I want you gotta go to Joshua Tree and take mushrooms and then figure your life out. I'll figure your life out for you first. Instead of going to Joshua Tree, blow your brains out in the car. How about that? I'll figure it out. Don't bother the aliens with your life decisions. I'll tell you what to do. Pull off the 10 East and swallow a Desert Eagle. Stop looking for mystical experiences and go to work.
I feel like the Almighty's preparing me to do something big.
You spend a lot of time cranking your pecker, and I'm fine with that. You see, it's good what you do. What you do is good. You play video games, you collect anime cards, and you hang out with smart, fat people. You're good. You're gonna spend all day cranking your ding-dong, and that's fine. You gotta remember to get something done. You can't just be pulling on your hot dog all day. You gotta remember, if you're gonna do nothing, don't be up in your room bopping the weasel.
Who the fuck is that?
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
Sorry for what? Our daddy taught us not to be ashamed of our dicks, especially since they're such good size and all.
Yeah, I see that. Your daddy gave you good advice.
It gets bigger when I pull on it. Sometimes, I pull on it so hard, I rip the skin.
How racist can I make this drawing?
As racist as possible, please.
Sure. Before you know it, you're living amongst this guy with a knife. Now let's not give him any racist name, but let's call him, for the sake of this, Darcel. Darcel Migel. Living with Darcel Migel.
5 minutes from now, you're not gonna believe what I've told you.
I'm gonna reveal yourself in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3.
Brain rot is real.
Give up this mystical realm you all keep fucking around in.
Fucking bullshit. You're a fucking miserable drunk.
Jesus Christ. You ooze talent.
You can't help but compare yourself against the old timers. Can't help but wonder how they'd operated these times.
Can't stop what's coming. It ain't all waiting on you. That's vanity.
Embarrass yourself like that in front of all those goddamn people.
I have about 200 fans.
Can't you see this is all a trick? The aliens are projecting our memories onto the environment. You're trying to confuse us, Patrick.
Climate change is having a disproportionate effect on the physical and mental health of black communities.
Shut the fuck up, Clyde! You faggot!
This is the rhythm of the night.
What happened tonight is what we call the overtime contingency. It's a safeguard we employ if we ever need to access your work personage off company grounds.
Yeah, you never told me about this.
OTC disclosure can be found in your start paperwork. It seems the tech was commandeered by one of your office mates, allowing him to wake the rest of you for a period of 39 minutes. Any mark was here, in this house.
I know, I talked to him.
What did he say to you?
If I tell you, are you gonna punish him for it?
We have no punishments at Lumen.
Uh-huh.